So for the real estate sector, I'd like to welcome Steve McCulloch. Steve works for Houlihan Parnes Realtors, is past president of the Building and Realtors Institute, and a current trustee on both the boards of the BRI and our Construction Industry Foundation. So Steve, if you don't mind.
Good morning. Thank you, Bill. As Bill said, I'm Steve McCulloch, and by way of background, I've been a resident and have worked in Westchester since 1982. And let me just start off by saying, while a lot of what we're hearing today is not overly optimistic by any means, let me just touch on the fact that I think living in Westchester is really, I can't think of a better place to live and raise a family. And as I said, my wife and I have been here since '82. We've raised our kids. I have one in college now and one on the way. You know, I think when we talk about Westchester, we talk about terrific people, excellent schools, great parks and recreation. We enjoy a really high quality of life here. And again, you know, to put a positive spin on things, I think that's something that we all need to remember as we continue on this effort that we're here today. As Bill said, I'm in the commercial real estate business, so that's really what I want to talk about. Our industry mirrors the business community, and since I've been in it since '84, I've seen the ups and the downs. And obviously we're at a down cycle right now, as is the business community. What does that mean to the average taxpayer out there? The office market right now, let me just step back. My firm owns office buildings, multifamily buildings, and retail properties throughout the region. We have a pretty heavy presence here in Westchester. The office market right now, the vacancy rates are in the mid to high teens. Sublease space is much higher than what we would like to see. And if you're not familiar with the term sublease, that's space that is leased to a company, that company has contracted. They've decided that they don't need all that space, so they look to cut their expense, so they hire a broker and put it out on the market. And they basically look to get whatever they can get for it because, again, their top line growth is limited in this economy, so they're looking to reduce their expenses. Rents are down, pick a number anywhere from 20 to 30%. So our industry is in a downturn and has been for a couple of years. And until the business climate improves, our business will continue to kind of roll along in the same sense. What does that mean to the average taxpayer? Well, during the good times, the commercial real estate properties increased in value. Our assessments went up. The taxes that we paid to the municipalities and to the schools went up as well. Now the trend is reversed. And we're back in with the tax assessors getting values of the properties reduced. The legal term is called certiorari. Just yesterday I was talking with a very seasoned appraiser from Dutchess County, does a lot of work down here as well. Told me he's never seen so many certioraries happening. What does that mean to each of you who live in Westchester? That means that the assessments are going to go down, and in many cases, you may have a significant liability from the communities in terms of paying back to property owners a lot of money. And how does that affect you as taxpayers? It seems like every day I'm reading the paper, I hear one school district after another laying off teachers, reducing programs for the kids. The reduction in value from the commercial property sector is going to have a dramatic effect on the school budgets. And in this gentleman's opinion, the worst is yet to come. So we need to do whatever we can to make the business climate in New York better, because our industry, our business will improve as well. It doesn't help that Westchester, has that label of being the highest taxed county in the United States. It doesn't help that New York State is one of the highest taxed states in the United States. The cost to do business in New York is significant. There are a number of factors that businesses look at when they're looking to relocate to New York or anywhere else. Housing, utilities, payroll taxes. We have the MTA tax that we're dealing with now. I think that what we're doing here is overdue. I think that there's a perception in Albany that we are somehow a fringe group, that we are adversaries of those folks in Albany. We're anything but. The problems that exist in Albany are very significant. The problems that face this state are complex. We really can't expect the legislators in Albany to figure out how to fix these problems. They created them. That doesn't mean they can fix them. So what I would suggest to those folks in Albany is that they work with us, because we're the ones who run businesses. We don't, when we put a budget together, we're not doing our revenue numbers based on projections, sales tax projections, mortgage recording tax projections, et cetera, et cetera. It's real numbers. We have problems in business, you figure out how to fix them. So I would suggest to the folks in Albany that instead of responding to our representatives as they did this week and looking at us as adversaries and scolding us for how dare we approach them in a manner that we are, that they look to work with us, use our intellectual capacity that we have, the problem-solving abilities that we have as a result of running our own businesses. And I think that we together can begin to solve some of the problems that we have here in New York State. Again, they're significant, they're broad, and they're not going to be easy to fix. But again, we have, I think, the most important ingredient in New York that you can have, and that is we have really smart, creative, and hardworking people. We have tremendous infrastructure. We have the assets. We just don't have that banner hanging out in Albany that says business friendly, come on down, we'll welcome you here, and and we'd like you to set yourself up in New York State. So I thank you for your time, and I look forward to working with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.